Hi kids, you need to take out your 12 verb tenses B book. In B, we are doing all the progressives. There are 6 progressives: present progressive, past progressive, future progressive, present perfect progressive, past perfect progressive, and future perfect progressive. All right, let's begin. All right, kids, let's talk about the future perfect continuous tense. We can also call this the future perfect progressive tense. Well, how do we make questions? Here is the form to make questions. Will plus subject plus have been plus verb ing. For example, will I have been singing? Will he have been playing? Will they have been walking? How do we make affirmative statements for the future perfect continuous tense? The form is subject plus will have been plus verb ing. For example, you will have been singing. He will have been playing. They will have been walking. How do we make negative statements? The form is subject plus won't have been plus verb ing. You won't have been singing. He won't have been playing. They won't have been walking. All right, how do we use the future perfect continuous? Remember, the form is will have been plus verb ing. Rule number 1. The future perfect continuous tense is used to show the duration before something in the future. Remember, duration means how long. So something is going to happen in the future, and before that happens, we have another action in progress. All right, let's look at the example. A. How long will you have been waiting before she finally arrives? B. I will have been waiting for 2 hours before she finally arrives. A. Will you have been waiting for 2 hours before she finally arrives? B. Yes, I will have been waiting for 2 hours before she finally arrives. All right, so look here. Here we have in the future an action that will occur. She will arrive. Before she arrives, you are waiting. Well, how long are you waiting? 2 hours. It's important to notice here that the time adverb clause before she finally arrives uses simple present. You can never use future tenses in the time adverb clauses. So we always use the simple present. Look, she arrives. Okay, do you understand? Here we have something that's going to happen in the future. She arrives. Before she arrives, you are waiting. How long are you waiting? 2 hours. All right, let me read the sentences again. A. How long will you have been waiting before she finally arrives? I will have been waiting for 2 hours before she finally arrives. A. Will you have been waiting for 2 hours before she finally arrives? B. Yes, I will have been waiting for 2 hours before she finally arrives. All this happens in the future. Okay, another use of the future perfect continuous. Remember the form will have been plus verb ing. The future perfect continuous is used to show the cause of something in the future. Let's read some examples. A. Why will Jason be tired when he comes home? B. He'll be tired because he will have been jogging for 2 hours. A. Will Jason be tired when he comes home? B. Yes, he'll be tired because he will have been jogging for 2 hours. Okay, let's analyze these sentences. So here we have Jason will come home in the future. See, he comes home here. Before he comes home, he will be jogging, and this jogging will make him tired. Why will he be tired? Because he will be jogging for 2 hours. Okay? It's very easy. Remember, the time adverb clauses, when he comes home, uses simple present. We never use the future in time adverb clauses. All right, let me read this again. A. Why will Jason be tired when he comes home? B. He'll be tired because he will have been jogging for 2 hours. A. Will Jason be tired when he comes home? B. Yes, he'll be tired because he will have been jogging for 2 hours. All right. Exercise 1. Make affirmative sentences. Use will have been plus verb ing. First, I want you to color all the hints in the sentences that tell us that this is in the future. For example, number 1, by midnight. Color by midnight. That tells us that this action is in the future. I also want you to color the hints in the sentence that tell us how long. For example, in number 1, for 4 hours. That tells us how long. That also tells us to use the perfect progressive or the perfect continuous. I want you to color all the special verbs that have special spelling blue. All right, let's begin. 1. By midnight, you will have been dancing for 4 hours. 2. By dinner, she will have been cooking the whole afternoon. 3. He will have been working there for 10 years by 2015. 4. By next year, I will have been studying English for 7 years. 5. By next week, we will have been renovating for over a month. 6. In 2012, they will have been living here for 4 years. 7. Before December, Barb will have been teaching for a year. 8. By this time tomorrow, I will have been doing this exercise for a long time. 9. Jessica will have been helping them for 12 months. 10. Bob and Sarah will have been reviewing for 2 hours at 8 o'clock. 11. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I will have been sleeping for 10 hours. 12. On Thursday, I will have been fixing the car for a whole month. 13. In 10 minutes, James will have been waiting for 2 hours. 14. They will have been standing for a whole day. 15. By this time next week, we will have been vacationing for a month. 16. The teacher will have been talking for 20 minutes. 17. The dog will have been barking for hours. 18. The cat will have been chasing mice all day. Exercise 2. Make affirmative sentences. Use will have been plus verb ing. Again, color all the hints that tell you this is in the future. Also color the hints that tell you how long. Color the special verbs blue. Number 1. By the end of the week, I will have been working here for 4 months. 2. By the end of this month, we will have been living together for 6 years. 3. By the end of the term, she will have been studying for 9 years. 4. By midnight, we will have been playing this computer game for 48 hours. 5. She will have been talking on the phone for the last couple of hours. 6. They will have been looking for me all night long. 7. He will have been playing soccer all day long. 8. You will have been watching TV all the time. 9. He will have been sleeping all morning. 10. They will have been waiting for the train for 2 hours. Exercise 3. Make affirmative sentences. Use will have been plus verb ing. Make sure to color the hints in the sentences that tell you how long. Color the special verbs blue. 1. The potatoes will have been cooking for 20 minutes now. 2. The man will have been working here for 20 years. 3. The pupils will have been standing at the bus stop since 1 p.m. 4. Ben will have been learning English for years. 5. Lucy will have been chatting with her friends for hours. 6. Lily will have been playing computer games for hours. 7. Mom will have been making sandwiches for 2 hours. 8. The man will have been writing books for years. 9. The group will have been singing together for years. 10. The cake will have been baking for 30 minutes. Exercise 4. Make negative sentences. Use won't have been plus verb ing. Make sure to color all the hints in the sentences that tell you how long. Make sure to color the special verbs blue. 1. Emma won't have been making the sandwiches. 2. Ben won't have been packing the suitcases for so long. 3. The girls won't have been shopping all morning. 4. They won't have been sitting in the cafe for too long. 5. She won't have been looking at the photos for so long. 6. The film won't have been running long. 7. I won't have been playing the guitar for hours. 8. Pete won't have been scanning photos all this time. 9. Ben won't have been talking to Emma all this time. 10. Lucy won't have been watching DVDs all this time. Exercise 5. Make questions. Use will have been plus verb ing. Make sure to color all the hints in the sentences that tell you how long. 1. Will they have been eating for hours now? 2. Will the bus have been waiting for 20 minutes? 3. Will the students have been working all morning? 4. Will Jake have been sending the emails to everybody? 5. How long will they have been listening to the music? 6. Will Lucy have been learning all day? 7. Will Ben have been tidying his room since this morning? 8. Will the band have been playing all evening? 9. Will Jake have been riding his bike all day? 10. Will Lucy have been making muffins all morning? Exercise 6. Future perfect progressive with the simple present and simple future. I want you to color the sentences just like I did. Number 1. You will have been waiting for me for 2 hours when I finally arrive. 2. Janet will have been studying at university for 5 years when she gets her degree. 3. We will have been talking about school and friends for an hour when I leave for work. 4. The naughty children will have been driving for 6 hours when they get there. 5. Sam will be tired when he returns because he will have been jogging for over 2 hours. 6. My cooking will be much better when I graduate because I will have been practicing for a whole month. 7. They will have all the things they need because they will have been shopping for the whole afternoon. 8. We will have been exercising the entire morning, so we will want to rest for a while. Okay, number 9. Monica will have been preparing the whole weekend, so she will pass the test. 10. The dudes and ladies will have been swimming for 1.5 hours when the sun sets in the west. 11. You will have been watching television for 6 hours when I come back home from work. Exercise 7. Future perfect progressive with the simple present and simple future. I want you to color your sentences just like I colored mine. 1. By the time you return home from your after-school classes, it will have been raining heavily for hours. 2. Mrs. Brown will have been using the car for a week by the time she brings it back to me. 3. I will have been researching in this laboratory for 15 years next month by the time you graduate. 4. We will have been flying for 16 hours when we touch down and hit town. 5. You will have been waiting for your fiancé for more than 2 hours when her airplane finally lands. 6. The guys and gals will have been talking for over an hour by the time Thomas comes over to the house. 7. Ms. Smith will have been working at that company for 3 years when it finally closes down. 8. Jason will be tired when he gets home because he will have been jogging for over an hour. 9. Claudia's English will be perfect when she returns to Germany because she will have been studying English in the United States for over 2 years. 10. This is special. Ned will have had his driver's license for over 2 years by the time he purchases a new car. Remember, the verb to have doesn't use a progressive verb. Again, Ned will have had his driver's license for over 2 years by the time he purchases a new car. Okay, kids, thank you for watching this video. Now I need you to do a big favor for me. I want you to like this video, and I want you to leave a comment for me. I want you to write, "Thank you, Mr. Radisha," and then leave your English name. Really appreciate it. Thanks.